7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello everyone, it's me Emrek. Today's video we will talk about factors, completely different types of polynomials. First, we will take up polynomials with common monomial factor. So let's do this topic. First, you need to find the right GCF or greatest common factor in each term. In this given expression, we have 8xy cubed plus 24x squared y. First, you need to get the GCF between the coefficient 8 and 24. As you can see, their greatest common factor is equal to 8. And the variables naman, you will compare first the variable x and x squared. The variable with the least exponent will be the GCF. So here, the GCF of x and x squared is the variable x. For the y variable naman, let us compare y cubed and y. So we will go with y because it has the least exponent. Right now, you have the GCF of 8xy. So what you need to do to find the other factor is that you will divide each term 8xy cubed and 24x squared y by your greatest common factor 8xy. For the first term, divide 8xy cubed by 8xy. Eliminate 8 and 8 as well as your x. For the y variable, y cubed divided by y will give you the answer of y squared. Next is the second term. Divide 24x squared y by 8xy. So divide 24 by 8 is equal to 3 and the x variable. X squared divided by x is equal to x and eliminate y. So this is now the factor of the given expression 8xy multiplied by y plus 3x. That's all. Next, we'll talk about factoring polynomials. Difference of two squares. Here is the problem. X squared minus 49. So the first thing to do is to get the square root of x squared and 49. After getting the square root of x squared and 49, put two parentheses. Note, the number of parentheses depends on how many variables in a given problem. If there are two variables, there should be two parentheses. The square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 49 is 7. After getting the square root of x squared and 49, put the variables in each parenthesis and put a plus sign on the first parenthesis and a minus sign in the second parenthesis. So this is now the answer, x squared plus 7 times x squared minus 7. Next, we will do factoring sum and difference of two cubes. We have here two different patterns, x cubed plus y cubed. It's a pattern for sum of two cubes, and x cubed minus y cubed is a pattern for difference of two cubes. So let's start. With the sum of two cubes, prepare two sets of parentheses for the factors. The first parenthesis is for the binomial factor, and the other set is for the trinomial factor. In order to get the binomial factor, ito yung factor na may dalawang terms. You need to get the cube root of the first term, which is x cubed. So the cube root of x cubed is x. And then second term of your binomial factor, you get the cube root of y cubed, and that is y. So the binomial factor is x plus y. And this will be the determining factor of the trinomial factor. Next is how to get trinomial factor. For the first term in the trinomial factor, you square the first term of the binomial factor, which is x. So it will be x squared. And then the second term of the trinomial factor, you just multiply the first term and the second term of the binomial factor. X times y, that is xy. And then since this one is addition, we'll put the opposite sign, which is subtraction. For the third term of the trinomial factor, you square the second term of the binomial factor. That is y squared. So that's it. X cubed plus y cubed equals x plus y multiplied by x squared minus xy plus y squared. For the difference of two cubes, x cubed minus y cubed, same lang yung pattern with the sum of two cubes. You get the cube root x cubed and y cubed for the binomial factor, and that is x minus y. For the first term of the trinomial factor, you square the x, so you will get x squared. The second term of the trinomial factor is you just multiply the first and second term of the binomial factor, and that is xy. Since this is subtraction, you will put the opposite sign, which is addition. For the last term of the trinomial factor, you need to square the second term of the binomial factor, and you will get y squared. Hello everyone, I'm back. Today we are going to discuss factoring polynomials using perfect square trinomials and general trinomials. So let us start. Now we are going to discuss the perfect square trinomials. Do you know what is a perfect square trinomials? Number 1. Trinomial is a three-term polynomial. Number 2. The factors are identical. Therefore, factor 1 and factor 2 are the same. Now, how do we know that a trinomial is a perfect square trinomial? The first thing you should know is that the first and last term should be perfect square, and then the middle term is either positive or negative. But it is twice or two times the product of the first and the last term. So here is the example of a perfect square trinomials. 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. So let us factor this sample of a perfect square trinomials. You should prepare two sets of parentheses. You get the square root of 4x squared, which is equal to 2x. And this will be the first term na ilalagay mo sa parehong parentheses. And the square root of 25 is equal to 5. And this will be the last term. And to finalize the answer, copy the sign of the middle term, and that is plus sign. As you can see, these now are the factors of the given perfect square trinomials. We have the factors 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 5. As you can see, the factors are the same, meaning we can also express this as 2x plus 5 squared. Next, we will discuss factoring polynomials. Using general trinomials, what is a general trinomials? Technically, general trinomials are polynomials with three terms, and these are just a normal trinomial, in which factoring can be applied. So let us do the factoring polynomials with general trinomials. This is the sample general trinomials. X squared minus 5x minus 6. First, you prepare two sets of parentheses, then you factor the first term of a trinomial, which is x squared, and you will get x as the first term. Then we will get the factor of negative 6, so we have positive 6 and negative 1, negative 6 and positive 1, positive 2 and negative 3, negative 2 and positive 3. So remember, if the sign of your last term is negative, that is a combination of two unlike sign, positive and negative. Now, how do we know that which pair of these factors are we going to use? What you will do is you just add each factors, and if the resulting sum is the same as your coefficient in the middle term, then that will be the factors that you will use. As you can see, the middle term is negative 5, and so the factor that we will use is negative 6. and positive 1 as the factors to be placed in the parentheses. And so, the answer of this factoring of general trinomials is x minus 6 times x plus 1. That's it for now, everyone. Bye!